Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight at the Knoxville Raceway. Night number 1 out with the Southern Dirt Racing Series Street Stocks on a Monday evening. Comes to you live via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. What's going on, everybody? Phil LaCasse here. Todd Stanton will be joining me here with momentarily. Jack chewing on the controls. We got a three-way team to rock and roll tonight here from the Knoxville Raceway. Heat race number 1 is already on the racetrack, so let's jump straight down trackside for tonight's very first Spoils Trucking starting lineup of the night. First of 2 heat races. On the pole, we find the number 188 of Wes Wiggin with the number 111 of Kyle Moyer on the outside. Row 2, the number 21 of Jim Revis with the 926 of Barrett Bishop. They make up row number 2. Row 3, the 142 is Taylor Frost. Leave race controls out there on the racetrack. 151. We have Alex Brewer, the number 1. Travis Montgomery, the 45. Curtis Bishop's in the 03. David Brewer's 319. Clay Atwood drives car number 7. And Casey Brunson, the number 10. 11 cars under the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag up in the air for the first time. Wes Wiggin going to lead the field through turns number 1 and 2. That's a nice, new, sharp little paint scheme there for the Dirt Track Junkies car. Number 88, Wes Wiggin down in the turn number 3. He'll lead Kyle Moyer. Barrett Bishop right in the outside lane. He'll drop it into position number 3 as we go shooting low here. 3 wide off turn number 4, and right away, Barrett Bishop from the high lane to the low lane, and he will claim the race lead already down in the turn number 1 and 2. Moyer going to fall back to second. Battle is for third. Jim Revis to the inside of Wes Wiggin. They go door to door down the back chute and into turn number 3. Give the spot to Revis there over into 3 as they'll slide up the hill. No contact. Wiggin going to cross over. Here comes that Alex Brewer in the number 4. That's 14 car. Who the heck is down there in the 14 car? That's Alex Brewer there. I believe that is Alex. This is a different paint scheme. Or is that Taylor Frost in the 142? That's Taylor Frost. Already up to that number 2 spot there. So different paint scheme there. Azusu for Taylor. 142 now rolling up in a second. Barrett Bishop going to lead. They're wrecking through 3 and 4. And I believe we're going to stay green here. As heat race is going to be 8 laps around it. Scheduled the top 3 will transfer, but I think that will change here with 22 cars here. I think it's going to be 20 even by the time we get the race time there with the admins on the speedway. So as we work over to turn number 3 and 4, we're going to go halfway home. 4 in, 4 to go for Barrett Bishop. Taylor Frost now 2. Casey Brunson in a 10 car. He is motored through the carnage now up to 3rd. Curtis Bishop running in 4th with Jim Revis. Now Wes Wiggin, David Brewer, Travis Montgomery, Alex Brewer. That group kicked back to the field. Kyle Moyer got the short end of that contact over in 3 and 4. He now runs currently the 11th position. That's final spot on this racetrack. So that's going to be a long road to hoe for the 111 car. But we work our way down off of turn number 4. And it is all Barrett Bishop with a commanding lead up front of well over 1 second. Frost there in for 2. The number 10 of Casey Brunson rolling in that 3rd spot, but Taylor going to lead that one by about 3 or 4 car lengths as we're down into turns number 3 and 4. The starter going to put 2 to go down over the field. 2 to go, popsicle sticks in the air, as we would call it. Barrett Bishop getting 2 signals, go back around this half-mile Knoxville Raceway. He's off in turn number 1 and 2. Frost there for second. Brunson has run that gap down to about 3 car lengths. It's pretty stable there, and you equally spaced back right behind him to the 03 of Curtis Bishop. Curtis out there doing an awesome job tonight. That white number 03 running in fourth. Jim Revis rounds out our top 5. Then a gap back to Brewer, Montgomery, Wiggin, Alex Brewer, Clay Atwood, Kyle Moyer. They're all the lead lap. They're all still running, but running out of time because we are under the white flag around the Knoxville Raceway. Barrett Bishop going to lead them down in the turn number 3 and 4 for the final time, and he will see the checkered flag going up in the air off turn number 4. Barrett Bishop going to pick up the win on opening night here at heat race number 1. Taylor Frost going to hold on to a very impressive second place finish. Casey Brunson third, Curtis Bishop, Jim Revis will run up the top 5. David Brewer, Travis Montgomery, Wes Wiggin, Alex Brewer, Clay Atwood, Kyle Moyer making up the lineup for her. The starter finishing order, I should say, for heat race number 1. Starting, finishing, I'm not sure where I'm going, but I do know for sure, I believe my colleague, my partner, my best friend in the world, my buddy Todd Stanton is alongside. Todd, a little late going here, but I'm glad you're here. Welcome back to Knoxville, buddy. Night 1 here for the Southern Dirt Racing Series, and Tubbs is a pretty dang good field we have for us.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic field here, Phil. And, it's been a while. I don't think I got to cover any of these Southern Dirt races with you last season.
I believe so.
Definitely proud to be a part of this one here this season. And race number 2 already lining up down on pit road, and it's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 86, that's Derek Fetkenauer. His dad's brother outside, that's Daniel Worthington aboard the number 13 machine. Second row inside in the third starting spot, that's Cody Siege aboard the number 23 machine, and Josh Peacock rolling on the outside there in the number 61. Inside row number 3 in the fifth starting spot, that'll be Bulletproof Motorsports number 18 of Kyle Surratt, and Jacob Lassiter aboard the number 51 rolling off 6. Seventh starting spot sees Justin Holt 2. I should say Justin Holt, I don't know where number 1 went to, and Josh Ely on the outside in the 09. Next row back should see Daniel Stifler, who's now making the call, or Charlie Milner, with Stephen Moore out there. So 9 cars out there, Phil. 2 now answering the call.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I think Tubbs out there said Dan Stifler. I believe the other one you said that's not going to make the call for heat race number 2. Thought he was out there, but I guess he is not. He was in the server a little bit late. Wonder if he's part of the administration over here that Tubbs has assembled. Got to thank Charlie Milner and all the great crew over here at Southern Dirt Racing Series. We're really psyched here. It was kind of a little bit delayed there by the holidays coming through. Ended up going back to past the first of the year. So it brings opening night to tonight here in Knoxville. We are really happy to have you aboard this evening on your source for esports racing as the field is getting locked up. Crosshair, the 1 to go signal going out over the racetrack, and that'll put next time around. We'll go under green. Derek Fetkenhauer, Daniel Worthington, Cody Steeg, Josh Peacock, Kyle Surratt, Jake Lassiter, Justin Holt, Josh Ely, and I believe Stephen Moore. Gonna make 9 cars out there for heat race number 2. So 8 laps to go, kind of quick out there, but really glad to have my partner. I kind of missed. Feels like I know you were busy all day yesterday. I apologize. A lot of family stuff going on over here. A lot of people I got to take care of recently, not even in the house. Just got home about 2 hours ago, so I'm actually happy to be home and happy to be back alongside my tag team partner. Great job yesterday, by the way.
As we're getting ready to go, green flag racing off at turn number 4. iRacing iFlag, green flag is out over the field. And number 86, Derek Fetkenauer leads the charge down to turn number 1, the P61 machine of Josh Peacock immediately to the bottom side of the 13 of Daniel Worthington through 1 and off at turn number 2 down the back straight. We got 3 wide for the 5th spot there. As those guys duking it out, but maintaining with the battle for the 2nd spot. Worthington has it, Peacock wants it.
Sure does. Worthington's up high, Peacock down low, completing lap number 1. The race leader is Derek Fetkenhauer, the number 86. That's a really cool-looking black and green car. We get a little crossed up over there. Peacock going to slam the door on Worthington, but now as we look, it's Jake Lassiter's number 51. He has come out of that fracas, but Kyle Moyer, that's a group over there. That's a good 2, maybe 3 wide battle there off of 4 for 4th.
Now, Lassiter's starting to make some headway there, trying to get underneath the dirt track junkies, number 13 machine. Worthington right now holding on to that third spot. Jacob Lassiter keeps digging it down to the bottom. And here comes Kyle Serrata even deeper into the corner. They come down the back straightaway, though. They pretty much stay single file in line, except for the 51 of Lassiter, who keeps trying the bottom.
He sure does. And I'm watching over the 09 of Josh Ely. He's got that 09 buried up high on the cushion. He's letting it right up top. Having a pretty good little go over there with Jake Lassiter. He's got Surratt right behind him. Worthington maybe almost 3 wide there. A little bit of peak as Worthington got a little bit crossed up. Lassiter down low. Here comes that around Ely. Door to door for third, over in 3.
Ely making some headway up on the top shelf of the Speedway. Not quite all the way up to the top right now as we're used to at Knoxville. But Joshua Ely right now in the 4th spot, just barely around Worthington. Well, barely knocking on the door of Worthington, should say. The 51 of Lassiter, he already got around him, but he is definitely knocking on the door of Worthington, now going down to the bottom side of that number 13 machine, trying to take over the 2nd spot. Meanwhile, up front, Josh Peacock in that P61 machine has caught Derek Fetkenhauer.
Sure has. Peacock and Fetkenhauer running away from this pretty sporty little race going on back here for third. They've broken away from the field by about 6 to 8 car lengths there, over to 3. That Worthington doing an awesome job of the 13 car holding up a third, but maybe not. We had a car around. It's Lassiter off at 2, and I believe Worthington getting a piece of that as well.
Yeah, Worthington and Lassiter around in a knot over there. So they're going to fall tail end Charlie 8th and 9th respectively. Now a battle for the race lead here with 2 laps remaining. The P61's down to the bottom, and the Alien's trying to duck defense. Derek Fetkenhauer down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. But Josh Peacock able to pull up alongside of him, this time off of turn number 4. White flag going to go in the air.
One more trip around, and can Peacock throw one more kind of a slingshot maneuver down at turn number 1 and 2 as defense got that car rolling in the middle. Joshua looks like he'll let it ride through 1 and 2, so we'll see if he get the run off the 2nd turn this time. Defense picks up the throttle. Car's a good run off, but Peacock going to take one more shot. He'll go low over in 3.
He throws it as deep as he can, slides way up the track, and he's not going to be able to do anything with Derek Fetkenhauer. Going to pick up heat race number 2. And at number 86 machine, Josh Peacock got hard on the binders not to take out his teammate, finishing 2nd. Josh Ely for 3. Kyle Surratt for 4. Justin Holt for 5. Stephen Moore, Cody, Daniel Worthington, and Jacob Lassiter in the 51 rounds out your 9 cars.
Pretty stout little run effort there from both of those drivers, all 3 of those drivers out there up front. Fetkenhauer, Peacock, Ely get a good muscle motor over the top 3 as we look at it. So let's see where we're going to go next. Are we doing consolation rounds, which I don't believe so. We're going to go into our 5-minute warm-up. So before we get to our feature event here tonight, we'll get some stuff lined up as well. When we take this thing trackside, let's pay honor to this great nation, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, Dirty Grass Soul with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, we're back here live inside the Knoxville Raceway. I got to thank those guys. Dirty Grass Soul, terrific rendition of our national anthem to getting it started here tonight, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Think of all of our great sponsors out there for the first time tonight. Let's thank the group over at Team Hard Motorsports, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, J-Max Journeys. Love those guys over at jmaxstrong.com. Also going to say thank you to BladeNo.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. The South Texas Speedway is Corpus Christi's place to race. Also going to thank Charlie Milner from Milner Media Design for putting on the great looking stuff we got here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also going to thank Trash Panda Graphics, 3D Racing, the Pit Pass with Katie Dugas, TDR Racing League, JP Designs, and Cyber Thunder Racing League, our great sponsors that make up this great portfolio and allow us to get out here night after night. Todd, a lot of broadcasts we have done, and we're out there calling for stars donations again this month. I believe you said 25,000 stars to go. So anybody out there watching or listening to Facebook Live, stars donations, gang, throw some our way. Every little bit helps. Every little bit goes a long way. Helps keep our rates low, keeps things affordable. It lets us come out here night after night. This all can't be done with the help of you guys and stars donations. Best way to do so as we say that. Mike Sheffield pipes in there, Todd, with 1,000 stars. So a little bit closer as we inch to our goal for January. We're only just started, but never too early to get started on the stars.
And now down to 16,000 stars. Thank you, Michael. As I got to hear that way before Phil, it's a really loud noise that comes over my headset when the star donations come out. It's really really
Ding at
weird.
me.
So it really dings at me. So thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. The star donations go a long way, folks. And right now, our star donation leader for this month. Let's take a look at a gander at this month, just to let everybody know what's been going on here. Sam Perry atop the standings like he has been the last month with 4,050 stars, and then Adam running second. Jeff Brown, Katie Dugas. Then you have iRacing iFlag. That's Jeff Brown. Mindy Eichstead out there. Ken Roos made his very first star donation to the Full Velocity Racing Network last night. Laura Eichstead, Charlie Tubbs been out there. Kevin Kilber. Then you got Kyle Bunger. Also making star donations this month. So thank you to everyone that has done that. Thank you to everybody that follows us, too, on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Without your support, we wouldn't be here.
You got that right. As we approach 6,000 follows, we hope we'll hit that some point here in the next couple of months, maybe by the springtime or whatever. You guys can
we want it
help
before
us
that.
out. Well, we do want it before that, but we're going to try our best. Only the
91%
best that
right
can
now.
do.
Of it.
We are. We've worked a long way to get there. I can't believe how close to 6,000 we are after such a short time. But, Todd, what do you say? The Cars and the Stars of the
Thank you,
Southern
Scott.
Dirt Racing Series. Night number 1, Street Stock Racing. Let's give a shot tonight of Voiles Trucking starting lineup 20 drivers strong.
And now tonight's Voiles Trucking starting lineup, 50 laps the distance for the Knoxville Raceway. Starting on the pole, driving the number 926, that'll be Barrett Bishop. And his dancer part of the outside, driving the number 86, that's good old T-Fed, Derek Fetkenauer.
Board car number 142, we find Taylor Frost, and alongside of number 61, that's Josh Peacock.
Inside row number 3, last night's winner. Phil wasn't here. Phil's favorite driver, driving the 010, Casey Brunson. And his dancer part of the outside, driving the 09, Joshua Ely.
That's why he told me not to show up anymore. Car number 03 rolls off 7th. That'll be Curtis Hip with the number 18 of Kyle Surratt making up the outside of row 4.
Inside row number 5 in the nice starting spot from Team Dirt Warrior, the evil one himself, Jim Revis aboard the number 21. And outside of him, Justin Holt aboard the 311.
Car number 319 rolls off 11th. That is David Brewer with the number 73 of Screamin' Stephen Moore, the outside of row 6.
Inside row number 7 to the 13 starting spot, the number 45 of Travis Montgomery and Corey Steege aboard the number 23, rolling off in position 14.
Wes Wiggin brings the Dirt Track Junkies 188 out from position number 15, and part next door to him with car number 13 is Daniel Worthington.
The Bulldozer starts in position number 17, that's the driver number 1, Alex Brewer, and his dancer part of the outside, driving the number 51, that's Jacob Lassiter.
Blay Atwood rolls off the 19th tonight aboard car number 7. Flanked to go next is the 02 of Dan Stiffer. I'm not sure if Dan's joining us for the feature event. He is out there. And Kyle Moyer, the 111, going to roll shotgun on, now it looks like it's up to a 21 car field, so we eclipsed 20. 21 cars. That's a hell of a turnout for an opening night on a Monday night from the Knoxville Raceway. They're in 3 and 4. God, I've been waiting for something to come back for about 6 months, Todd. I am so stoked to come back on Monday nights. This will be a lot of fun to cover.
As iRacing.com Patriot moves down to pit road, we're restacked, we're repacked. Who's it gonna be tonight?
Green flag up in the air, and Barrett Bishop will take him down to the tournament 1 and 2. I'll give you a B+ on that one. That was a lot of heart right there in that one. I'm proud of you. Barrett going to lead him down the back chute. They're about third. They are 3 wide over to 3. They're about 4th on back. We got Efat in there. We've got Revis in there. Josh Peacock's in the mix. That's a lot of race cars there. Door to door off of 4.
Door to door, these guys racing hot and heavy here all over the racetrack. We're 3 wide. First to Hard Motorsports yellow flag going to come out though over the field. We're going to restack, slow these guys down, pack these guys back up. As we're going to go to look to see what happened to bring out this yellow flag. I believe Joshua Ely involved in this one in the 09 machine. Maybe not. Or we're going to take a look to see what happened.
Hard Ass Racing brings us our first yellow flag of the evening, brought to you by Team Hard Motorsports. Thank those guys for stepping up and being our official yellow flag sponsor in the year 2020. The 23 of Cody Steeg was involved, and I thought that the Ely contact was maybe a good. I think it started around where those gentlemen were, but Cody Steeg getting short of the stick.
Yeah, Steeg definitely contact there from Alex Brewer in the number 1 machine 2, forcing him up the track a tad bit. He was able to have enough of a gap, though. 13 of Worthington, though, came back down and clipped the 23. So he kind of got up a sandwich over there. Come back up and then hit the 09 of Joshua Ely. Ely is, I heard the star donations go up in my ear. But Ely out there definitely going to have to join the tail of the field. Got to thank
Jeff Brown.
Jeff Brown, 2-week streak. 2-week streak, 295 stars from Jeff Brown. Thank you, Jeff, for always being a supporter of the Full Velocity Racing Network. iRacing iFlag, man. If you don't have an iFlag, you need to make sure you do. I believe he has some more there. So let's make him busy. So busy again that his head spins and then he has to shut it down there. Katie out there, Star Donation, 3-week streak. So Katie's beating Jeff.
Yeah.
Katie is beating Jeff out there in the Star Donations.
Katie beats Jeff in a lot of things, but I'll tell you what, Jeff wins with those iRacing iFlag pit boards and pit boxes and all the great stuff he has. If you are not using product and peripherals from iRacingIFlag.com, well, you are not getting a upper hand of a competition, and you probably should say, keep it on the trailer. You probably shouldn't be racing. All F4, sell your stuff, or just get an iRacing iFlag, and you'll be all set. You'll run up front with the rest of these fellows as we get ready to rock and roll here at the Knoxville Raceway. Barrett Bishop, Josh Peacock, Casey Brunson, Derek Fetkenauer, and a newcomer, Curtis Bishop. Great to see Curtis out there with us. The 03 car, he's shown himself strong here early. He'll restart 5th.
He's doing a fantastic job. Curtis Bishop in that 03 machine right there with Taylor Frost's iRacing iFlag, green flag back out over the field. It's Barrett Bishop leading the charge down to turn of 1. Derek Fetkenauer running in second spot, 3 wide for the 3rd spot. There is, man, those guys keep it tight. Look at Josh Peacock in the P61, way up on the top shelf of the Speedway.
Certainly is. Let's eat through turns number 3 and 4 as he is up high. Fetkenauer down low, and I thought for a second there, looking back, I thought Casey Brunson may stick that car right in the middle and go 3 deep over turn number 3 and 4, but they do not. They're all up high. Look at the run. We got Curtis Bishop making a big move on Taylor Frost, and Kyle Surratt's down low, 3 wide down the back chute.
A fantastic run going on there. Like you said, Curtis Bishop way down to the bottom side there. And trying to make things work is it looks like Alex Brewer way up to the top shelf of the Speedway too. Is Alex Brewer trying to get some momentum way up there too. There's a lot of guys going around. Like you said, Alex Brewer is a little bit further back, but he was the guy that caught my eye. He was up way up against that wall. But Alex Brewer's starting to try to make some headway too. He's right now currently running 12th.
Sure is, and I'm just watching these gentlemen, Todd. They're out there. There is literally 4 or 5 different grains of racing.
Right.
We've got a wreck there through 3 and 4. What in the world happened back there? This place is so wide. Race all over it. A couple of drivers probably ran out of space, and they made a little bit of contact. We'll take a look back at it with a J-Max Journeys Full Velocity Instant Replay, the 2nd yellow flag of the evening. Brought to you by Team Hard Motorsports and Lassiter and David Brewer involved. So the 51 and the 319, I guess they had a good old-fashioned disagreement. We've had those time or two.
Well, the 51 was coming up through the field here. We'll watch what happened as he comes down. Looks like he slides away up the track, pushed it, drove it in a little hard, got into David Brewer. Around goes the 51. He catches, I believe that's the number 7 machine. Well, it's a 111 machine, excuse me. Should be the 7, but Clay Atwood involved. Going to join the tail of the field. So it's going to be Jacob Laster at the tail of 21st. Clay Atwood involved in that one too, Phil.
All right, so our second yellow flag of the night, finding us on lap number 10 of a 50-lap main event. Race control saying, guys, settle it down. Still early to be racing so hard, but hey, that's what we expect here. Monday nights on full velocity. We can't expect anything less. Street stock racing, it don't get too much better than this. And a great group of drivers on hand. This place is loaded to the gills. Going to have a great night, and you get the best of the game doing it here with the Full Velocity Racing Network. Jack chewing on the controls. Phil and Todd on the call. I'm not sure where it gets too much better than that. Maybe a cold beverage in our hand. I think that would make it even better.
Already way ahead of you there, Phil.
I'm sure.
Got home, grabbed myself a cold beverage, and I'm sipping on it right now. Just sipping on it. I have to have. I guess I have to have a little bit of a bottle. I guess it's all right though.
Ooh, a bottle.
Yeah.
Is it bubbly?
No champagne. I'm not shit. No champagne, no wine. No.
All right, well, maybe it's got a nipple attached to it. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out at some other point. But we go back under the iRacingGuyFlag.com. Green flag is Barrett Bishop. Motors a field. Dallin leads him in a turn for 3 and 4. Josh Peacock in for 2. The race back here for 3rd is anybody's guess because they are all over this joint. Top lane, bottom lane, 2 lanes to the middle. It don't get no better than this right now. Casey Brunson going to run 3rd over in 1.
Casey Brunson running rather well here. Trying to maybe double it down. Here's the 61 of Josh Peacock now. Does a high-low switch here on Barrett Bishop. Battling out into turn number 3. Peacock trying to slide up in front of the Barrett Bishop. He's going to do so. Crossover maneuver from the 926, though. Now Barrett Bishop goes on the assault here on the P61.
Sure does, and give Barrett the lead back again over in turn number 1 and 2. Josh now, can he throw a high-low switch? Well, maybe, but he's got a little bit of a nuisance there with the 10 car of Casey Brunson. A great 3-car race for the lead. Great race over here for 4th as well. Fedgenhauer, Curtis Bishop, Kyle Surratt. 3-way dance for 3rd over third 4.
Definitely, it's a nice 3-way dance, like you said, for that 3rd spot, the 4th spot. Derek Fedgenhauer right there duking it out with, it looks like Curtis Bishop. Bishop working over the bottom, trying to move himself into that 4th spot. Now here comes Casey Brunson all over the rear bumper of Barrett Bishop, too. As you got Josh Peacock up top. 2 different lines going out there right now, Phil, through 3 and 4. And it looks like the top's starting to really come in here.
Yeah, and I think that's normal of what we've seen at Knoxville here in recent months is top lane always finds to be the way around. Then, I got to get off the 86 car of Fedgenhauer because he keeps having a little bit of discussion with those aliens. I don't want to be abducted there, but we got a race for the lead between Bishop and Peacock that is raging really good right now. Give it to Josh over there in turn number 3 and 4. I believe, where did Josh go? Or Barrett's up front. Where did Peacock go?
Peacock's on the outside right now.
On the outside.
On the outside, up against the wall here through turns 1 and 2. The P61 of Josh Peacock trying to get around Barrett Bishop. Bishop able to stay out of the throttle down the bottom, able to roll the bottom rather well. There is Casey Brunson trying to do the same thing in the 0-1-0, trying to double it down here back-to-back nights. He would like to see back into victory lane, but right now running in that 3rd spot. On the outside looking in as Peacock leads that time by.
Sure does. Got that outside rolling. He was so high there through 3 and 4 a lap ago. We just completely disappeared out of my view. Couldn't figure out where he went, but he was all the way up under the wall. Was kind of hidden. I didn't think Josh Peacock would be able to hide, but he certainly does now over in 3 and 4. Him and Bishop having a wonderful battle for the race lead. 61 versus 9. They stay side by side off of 4.
Still side by side off of, like you said, off of 4, already down into turn number 1. It is the number 926 of Barrett Bishop holding on to the race lead, but Peacock definitely has the momentum advantage as he comes down the back straightaway. Able to pull up alongside of him and pass the 926 of Bishop. Bishop still running to the bottom, but I tell you, feast or famine up top, that wall could really hurt you. There in that P61 machine, but going to lead once again down the front straightaway. So Barrett Bishop going to have to do something as the bottom doesn't seem to be working.
Oh, but he is going to stay pretty game to it, as well as Kyle Surratt. We always know Kyle is down there fighting, so those are 2 drivers I don't think will give up the bottom unless there was just nothing left to give. But Barrett going to try it. Casey Brunson going to take a jaunter down there as well. Low lane is looking. Barrett's still there, pestering Peacock for the lead off of 4.
But he's not going anywhere. He's pestering him as Peacock goes way up the track. I thought he lost a lot of momentum there, but able to build it back up and maybe get alongside of Barrett. Down the back straightaway is Casey Brunson starting to try to run a different group down the back straightaway at least. And he goes back right to the bottom there in the 0-1-0 as he's down there catfishing it, trying to hope Barrett's going to make a mistake and maybe he'll be able to capitalize. As a 61 of Peacock just doing everything he can. He hits the wall, and man, he goes for a ride over there. He was two-wheeling it.
Sure, he was having two on the racetrack. It may have been one at best. That thing was way up in the air, but really did a heck of a job to save that thing. Keeps the foot in the throttle and motoring now around the outside of 3 and 4. Thought he had to run at mid-carrier for the lead, but he may lose second because Casey's been down low, and he may have second by the time he exits turn number 2 because Josh is wall riding again. He's losing a whole lot of speed.
Yeah, definitely losing speed. Looks like Brunson going to move into that second spot. Another guy having a good run, Phil. That's the evil one, Jim Revis. He's up inside the top 5 in 5th, and he's starting to motor around too. He's got the number 3 machine of Curtis Bishop.
Curtis Bishop, a new name to us here recently. I hear that's Barrett's brother, and looks like there's a whole lot of driving talent in that household. That 03 car is motoring. They're up in 4th. Jim Revis, as you said, running in 5th. But we got a race for the lead. Casey Brunson down low under Barrett. Door to door, 10 versus 9. Well, who's going to come out with number 1 off of 4?
Yeah, Brunson trying to hold on here in the 0-1-0 machine. He was text messaging me at like 3 o'clock in the morning last night, Phil.
Wow.
He wanted a sponsorship. Who would have thought that Casey Brunson a sponsorship? 3 o'clock in the morning, he texts me, but now battling it out for the race lead, and definitely think we might have to do something for him there, Phil. We'll see what happens, but Brunson trying to move up to the top spot, the number 926 running in the second spot now. Barrett Bishop. Josh Peacock has been drop kicked to the 3rd spot. He's immediately went to the bottom. Look at Jim Revis. He's closed the gap on those guys. Is now getting underneath as the number 3 machine of Curtis Bishop. It's a 21 of Revis here from just momentarily, but I tell you what, Peacock has definitely backpedaled to 4th and 5th place.
Oh, man, I watched that battle with Revis and Bishop, and Jim got way on the binders over to 3 and 4. And I wonder if it's a different combination or something in the setup of the racetrack, because that's the 3rd or 4th car I have seen really over in turn number 3. Just really have to jam the brakes to stall the run. So I wonder what is going on out there. But looks like Casey Brunson, he's going to claim the lead now for Barrett Bishop. They've been side by side for 5 laps. But it looks like finally, off of 4, Casey's going to clear him and claim the lead.
Yeah, Brunson now leading. This will be his 3rd lap led here as he's able to nip him at the line a couple of different times, but it's not showing the great racing that's been going on between them, as Phil's been talking about. They've been side by side for the last 4 or 5 laps, and definitely a great race between those guys. It's weird seeing Barrett Bishop up on the top shelf of the speedway. He knows Peacock. That's where he died up there. Now he's trying to make it work to try to get back around Casey Brunson, and he's able to stay in the throttle, Phil. It's unique. You can put that number 9 car anywhere on the speedway.
That's usually what we can expect from that 9 car of Mr. Barrett right there. He does a good job motoring around as we're nose to tail, kind of peeking back here through the back part of the top 5. Peacock, Curtis Bishop, Jim Revis, they are nose to tail. They've been anything but for a little while, but now Revis going to try his hand up high. 3 distinct lines who look right behind them, and you find the legs of Derek Fetkenhauer. Defender was strong early. I thought his car would be a little bit better. I wonder if it's fallen off or just waiting for the racetrack to come back to him. His old defend back there running in 6th.
He's been hanging out around the top shelf of the speedway there, Phil, that number 86. So maybe he's looking for that track to come back around him as a 61 slips way up the track. Man, Josh Peacock, it looked like he was skating on ice over there and moved into the 5th spot. Is now Jim Revis and Curtis Bishop battling it out for the 3rd spot. As Revis almost making contact. Here comes Peacock trying to make it 3 wide for 3rd.
Thing really looked like a handful coming off the corner as Peacock and Revis. I don't make contact, but it was close enough to put a credit card over there for the time being. But Revis going to stay up alongside Curtis Bishop, who's letting it ride up high. Put Curtis now up to 3rd, but maybe not for long. Revis will run down low off of 2.
And Jim Revis slips up the track just a tad bit up into the middle portion of the track. Off a turn number 2 as they enter the back straightaway. Good side-by-side battle for the 3rd spot. He grips the bottom there, and he pushes up the track, too. Leave the door open for the 61 of Peacock. But again, it's going to be Curtis Bishop just barely at the line there, Phil. But I think Jim Revis might be able to get him this time as he slides right up in front of him.
Woo! he was three-wheeling there through 1 and 2. That thing almost went completely around, and he had to let go of the steering wheel, hold on. That may lose Bishop a spot there to Ferkenhauer. D-Fed rolling up high. He's around Josh, and maybe now up to the long side of Jim as they battle for 4th off of 4.
A nice battle going on here for, like you said, the 4th spot between Jim Revis and then you got Curtis Bishop, Derek Fedkenauer right there. Don't count on Josh Peacock, and maybe he'll be able to make it strong and come back in. Justin Holt having a nice solid run there in the 311 machine. He's currently running 7th.
Sure is. Holt having a nice run. He's ahead of Kyle Surratt back there. Stephen Moore has climbed from 12th up to 9th. And it's Josh Ely. Josh has had a rebound from that early spin there, the contact early. He had the restart back in 19th. Todd. Josh Ely having a really strong car. The 09 now up in the top 10 and maybe looking for more this time off of 2.
Definitely looking for more as these guys fighting it out, duking it out, doing whatever they can here. It's just these guys definitely are strung out just a tad bit there, Phil. But they are duking it out for, like you said, the 4th, 5th, 6th position. That's a nice, good battle right there. Is like I said, Peacock working over the bottom, trying to get around Derek Fedkenauer. And then you got, looks like Kyle Surratt starting to come into the picture just a tad bit. I'd look for him to go to the bottom, but man, he's up top right now.
He really is. And there's drivers up top. There's guys on the bottom. There's guys running the middle. And I got to tell you what, Todd, knowing you're a dirt guy in the Northeast the way you are, I've seen a lot of racetracks in my day that are kind of maybe 1 to 2 grooves of racing. You've got 3 or 4 really unique grooves right now here at Knoxville. Nice wide racing surface. You see as the cars kind of fan out and get equally spaced out there. But it presents options for these drivers to really attack the racetrack, get after the race cars, and that's exactly what a lot of them are doing. I've been watching this run of Josh Ely still. He's around Stephen Moore, and also he's got Alex Brewer, another driver that's going to come from the back of the field. That's a really good race going on for 9th over in turn 1.
Well, you're all the way back to 9th. I've been watching up front there, but man, there is a good battle, like you said, between Stephen Moore, Josh Ely. You got David Brewer right there into the mix. Also the 71 machine right there. Looks like Daniel Stifler. He almost looked like he was going to clock David Brewer just a tad bit. But, yeah, there's some good battling going on amidst the middle of the pack.
Really is, but there's good racing all over the place. That's why I was kind of hunting it out for it, and we found a little bit right there with those gentlemen with, Moore and Ely, Brewer. You got Taylor Frost back there, even Dan Stifel. Those guys running on the outskirts of the top 10, about 11th or 12th back there as well. But let's check back in with the race leaders as Casey Brunson has, looks like put Barrett Bishop away for the time being. It's about a 0.5 of a second lead, over a half second between Casey and Barrett, back to about 2.5, 3 seconds now even to your final legs of Curtis Bishop running in 3rd with Jim Revis and Josh Peacock, 61 car, still slinging mud, still running in 5th, but he's got teammate Derek Fedkenhauer breathing all over his neck off of 4.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to come back up through, and it looks like these setups kind of settled themselves out there, Phil. As these guys, seems like they're just fading to the back there. The 61 and Josh Peacock. Not sure if the track's to their liking, though. It starts to slicking off a tad bit. Look at Fedkenauer really reeling her in down to the bottom side there in the number 86 machine. He's been up top all of the, I'm going to say probably the first quarter of the race, even the half part of the race. And now working the bottom, trying to try something different, but it doesn't look like that 86 is going down there.
Oh, and I'll tell you what, Surratt had to go to the middle. Look at the run Peacock get. I don't know how he gets to run the way he does. He literally just drives that car straight into the wall in turn 1. The silliest, he does it again over 3 and 4. This time he about spins the sucker out. He'll lose a lot of spots. He's risking their feast and famine. Josh kind of shot himself in the foot that time in 3. He hit the wall a little too hard. Probably heard me talking about him. Wall riding, never a good idea. I don't care how broken things are.
Yeah, I don't know. You can wall ride. If you went back to the DTR days, the DTR2 days, you could really turn a fast time on that wall there, Phil. But here, it does upset you just a tad bit. You think you'd be able to ride pretty good, you can. But if you put the whole car into the wall, sometimes that is not to your advantage. And here right now, that's what's happening to the P61 machine. Just is so tight there, up on the top shelf of the Speedway, just not able to do anything. And just slamming that wall down, trying to move it out, and we know that wall's not going to move.
Oh, we definitely know it won't. Eric Eichstedt out there saying he loves the wall riding. I kind of feel like it's a little EA Sports-ish. Bad pun? Maybe not.
No,
I don't know.
No.
I always
No,
thought
because you can
walls are
you
bad.
can hit the wall. You can hit the wall in EA Sports and not do much damage to your
Yeah, I
car.
know. That's what I
And
mean.
propel you to the race lead.
All right,
Fast,
yeah, I
fast
get
screw.
it.
I agree.
Get it, but I mean, it's a little screwballish. You got to
It's like
admit, but-
arcadish. It's arcadish.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. A little bit arcadey right there. I've always been taught, but,
Just kidding,
of
he says.
course, the pavement. You hit the wall, it's not good. Dirt here is a cushion, rides up high. I get kind of glancing off the wall, trying to look for grip, but just completely wall slamming, driving it deep into the corner. That kind of looks a little bit fuzzy to me. But Todd, I looked down at the scoreboard. We're already 5 laps remaining. Casey Brunson motoring away and leads by, what has he got? Over 1 second, 1.1 last time by. When does Barrett Bishop ever get his doors blown off like this? Casey's getting it done.
Casey's on a mission. He wants to see you down in victory lane this time, Phil.
Oh.
He wants to see you down there. Oh, Jacob Lassner goes around in front of the leader. Oh, that had to give him a heart attack. There is now the 0-1-0. Casey Brunson still continuing to go. No yellow flag out over the field, but man, that could have been bad. That could have spelled a lot of bad luck for the 0-1-0 machine, but Lassner got out of the way quick enough here with 3 laps to go. This time into turn number 3, Casey Brunson will receive the popsicle sticks up in the air on the turn number 4. 2 more trips around the Knoxville Raceway.
This one may be fun if you let me go to victory lane and talk to Case. This could go in a bunch of way different directions, but we're a lap and a half from finding out off the exit of turn number 2 with no pressure from behind. Clear racetrack up ahead. I don't care what discipline of racing you have, Todd. If you hear your spotter say it's clear out front and no pressure from behind, that's a great feeling because Casey Brunson, he's under the white flag. 1 more trip around.
And 1 more trip around for Casey Brunson. Barrett Bishop running in that 2nd spot. And then you got Curtis Bishop running in the 3rd. He is highly contested by the 21 of Jim Revis, and Kyle Surratt has made it up inside the top 5 now. As Surratt trying to knock on the door, but down the back straightaway to turn 3 already is the 0-1-0. Casey Brunson, as he emerges out of turn number 4, going to be with the victory here at the Knoxville Raceway for the first feature here of the season for the Southern Dirt Racing guys. And I tell you, what a clinic he put on here tonight. Over Barrett Bishop, that's no easy task. Curtis Bishop finishing up 3rd, and Kyle Surratt going to finish up 4th. Josh Peacock for 5. It looks like something happened to Jim Revis in the closing laps. Not sure what happened. Justin Holt, Derek Fedkenauer, Daniel Stifler. Then you got Josh Healy and Stephen Moore round out your top 10.
11th for Alex
And
Brewer,
Fuego.
Taylor Frost for 12, Travis Montgomery, David Brewer, Daniel Worthington gets a top 15, 16th for Wes Wiggin, Jim Revis, for some reason, he'll finish up 17th, Clay Atwood 18th, Kyle Moyer 19th, Jake Lassiter getting a 20th place
Right
finish,
across the
Cody
scales,
Steeg
Casey Brunson.
will finishing up 23rd as the winner. Casey Brunson is, as you said, across the scales. I'll go down to even victory lane. Todd will go down and probably go to church because he'll be surrounded by a whole group of bishops down there trackside as well. Head over to Discord. Post-race show presented by BladeNode.com coming up next on your source for esports racing. All right, back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, the post-race show presented by BladeNode.com. Tonight here in Knoxville, Southern Dirt Racing Series Street Stock win goes to car number 10, Casey Brunson. 2nd goes to Barrett Bishop, and 3rd will go to the number 03 of Curtis Bishop. We'll see if we can't talk to the entire top 3. I'll throw it down to my colleague, my partner, Mr. Stanton, as we're going to give him 2nd and 3rd place assignments this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I'm not able to move anybody here, so gonna have to see if we can get a word with Barrett Bishop. Doesn't look like Curtis making his way over here. I don't see him yet, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's not gonna be over here. So we're gonna wait for Phil to see if we can get actual permissions to move some guys down here. Looks like we're going to catch up with Barrett Bishop. Second place for Barrett. Definitely a good run there in that 926 machine. Once again, get to see you down here, familiar face inside the top three, and this time second place there, Barrett. Casey kind of had your number tonight. What do you think about that?
Yeah, he had me beat. He was pushing me around there at the start, and once he got by me, he was gone. But I didn't have nothing for him tonight.
Maybe next time he might have something for him. Maybe rough him up a little bit. He likes to be roughed up a little bit, doesn't he, Barrett?
I guess we'll find out.
Whoa there.
Wow.
Down here talking to Barrett. But Barrett, again, another good podium finish here for you on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Good way to start off the season over here. Definitely a fantastic start to the Southern Dirt Racing Series over here for you. Second place, nothing to hang your head about. And good points tonight for that number 926 machine.
Yeah, that's a good point tonight. Just maybe we'll get him next week. Seems like second's all we can do here lately.
Well, we know you'll go to work because we've seen you in Victory Lane a lot, so we know you'll go to work and try to do what you can do there, Barrett. Give the microphone one last time. Thank you. I'd like to thank you tonight.
Thank HRE, Dirt All Access, Team Friday, Oak Transportation, Gunner Media and Design, Southern Dirt Series, y'all for broadcasting.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up second here tonight, driver of the 926, that's Barrett Bishop. Looks like I'm going to have to throw it down to Phil here. A little bit of a curveball as he gets to actually interview Casey Brunson down in Victory Lane. We mentioned Casey wins when Phil's not here, but this time Casey had to prove us wrong here down in Victory Lane with Phil.
Sure did. For the first time in 2020, I get to interview my buddy Casey Brunson down here in Victory Lane, the second win in 2 nights. I got to say, bud, your year's off to a good start, and I got to say, this was an ass kicking out here tonight, brother. Terrific job. This hot rod was on.
Oh yeah, it was fast out of the gate. Drew the worst number for the heat race. It started last in the first one. They would get up to third there and start fifth there in that race and go up to third real fast. There was a lot of waiting. Like Barrett said, I did feel a little faster than I did last night compared to all of them. I was able to get to the lead there and just really coast and ride off with it.
You got that bad qualifying number, bad draw on the heat number. Was that you didn't have a good car all night? You could tell the way you were motoring that thing early. You knew it was awfully quick. Was it just a way to toy with the field, to come from the back to the front, to show these guys like, hey, the muscle is right here. This championship this season, it belongs to the.
Oh no, if I can start on pole the heat race every day, I'll take it. I don't care to start way back there. That's too much work.
All right, well, I got to ask you. You know, you're a Texas guy. We're devout fans. Are you more excited about this winning streak for 2 nights in a row? Or are we more happy that we got Jason Garrett?
You know, it's pretty even. I'm pretty excited I can come back into the street stocks and get these 2 nice wins, but it's definitely a reliever they finally got rid of what's his face, clappy hands Garrett. Got a real coach, hopefully, for the first time, but we're going to have to see.
All right, well, in the spirit of what we do, bud, I'm going to give you the mic one more time. I'm going to stand here to your left. I'm going to give you this mic. I'm going to stand here and just clap. And I'll clap. And you know how this rest of this drill works, bud. Take the mic away and thank all the...
I'd like to thank Tubbs for putting the series on. Good Monday night series for all. Saw the race. And y'all for broadcasting, Bulletproof Motorsports, and JP Design, Social Peacock.
All right, well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Big winner for the Southern Dirt Racing Series Street Stocks tonight here in Knoxville. Casey Brunson takes down a big win. Not a bad way to start this 2020, Todd. Back-to-back wins on the network. I'll take that any day.
Definitely back-to-back wins. I would take that any day of the week, Check. I would like to take 2 wins in 2020. We'll see what happens with myself. Maybe I'll get back inside the car and race a little bit here on iRacing. Maybe not. I know we're busy into March, so we'll see what happens. It's nice to see everybody win and have a lot of fun without us on the track. Able to broadcast the great races that we're able to do here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, and we have a ton of great races coming up here. I know Tuesday night's kind of a quiet night for us here for a little bit, but usually that's a hot shoot night.
That's all right. I'm going to plan on taking it easy. May go grab a little bit of steering wheel myself here for a little while on Tuesdays. Looks like it's going to be a nice open night for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to kind of take that in all weekend. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget, Todd, Jack also now owns an iFlag. So we may get a call of a race with Jack out there one night. That could be interesting.
Definitely going to be interesting. I guess we'll wait and see what happens and see what other kind of things will happen for us here. It'd be nice. Jack says, how's that iFlag working there, Jack? Is it working good?
Yeah,
You got it all hooked up.
Yeah, it's working great.
Worked during the broadcast.
Does work during the broadcast. He says it lights up all colors. You know, when he says they wreck and we can't find it, he says it flashes with debris yellow.
It's pretty
How cool is that?
That is neat.
All right, well, we'll talk about Jeff Brown's great product all night long. We thank him. We thank, of course, Team Hard Motorsports, Kathy and Brian Voiles at Voiles Trucking, J-Max Journeys, our buddy Tim over at CCM Custom Designs and Engraving. Also got to thank BladeNo.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, TDR Racing League, 3D Racing, JP Designs, Trash Panda Graphics, Pit Pass with Katie Dugas, and Cyber Thunder Racing League. For Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Ron Piles, the rest of the crew here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Have a great one, everybody. Have a great rest of your couple nights. We're back here Wednesday night live. Dirt Warrior Racing League Wednesday night street fights will come to you live on your source for your esports racing. Good night, everybody, from the Knoxville Raceway.
Night.